I have a friend named Sara who was 24 when she first noticed blood in her stools. And so she saw a gastroenterologist. He said that she had hemorrhoids. And so for the next few years, every time she saw blood in her stool, she thought, it's hemorrhoids. Well, then she started training. She started losing weight. And she thought, well, I'm just training for a half marathon. But at the point where she started spending hours a day on the bathroom due to impacted feces, severe constipation, she sought out a gastroenterologist again, had a colonoscopy, and found out that she had advanced colon cancer. This was 10 years later. So I find that colon cancer is showing up more and more with young people. And part of my concern is that regular Western medicine has become so slapdash and the doctors are just not paying attention. You could easily see how the case like Sara becomes, repeats itself every day or every hour in America. Like the person's young, or under 50, the doctor says, oh, young people don't get colon cancer. It's probably just hemorrhoids. And it's hard for the person to get in for treatment. And by the time they get in, it's too late. So that's my concern. So first of all, I want to talk about the warning signs of colon cancer. They include blood in the stool, rectal bleeding, stools that are dark or black in color. Now, unexplained weight loss and fatigue can also be symptoms, as well as general digestive complaints, such as abdominal cramps, gas pain, low back pain, feeling bloated. And generally, it just doesn't get better. This is exactly what happened to me. I tried the herbs. They didn't work for the first time in my life. The herbs didn't work. And so then I got help. And then they found out eventually that I had colon cancer. So basically, you want to watch for early signs, which include rectal bleeding. Doctors are finding that anemia is also more associated with colon cancer in young people. And then you want to make sure that there are not changes in bowel habits, such as a person is diarrhea, and then all of a sudden they get constipated, or they're constipated and all of a sudden have diarrhea. And then obviously any kind of abdominal pain is also a symptom that there may be colon cancer. And so why are cases of colon cancer rising among people under 50? Well, one thing is the increasing rates of obesity, binge drinking, and then there are risk factors that we're not sure how much these contribute to colon cancer, but they probably play a role. And one of them is being born by cesarean resection, using antibiotics, frequent use of antibiotics, either in utero or once the baby is born. And this might create havoc within the microbiome, and that might predispose somebody to cancer. And then sugary beverages seem to increase diabetes, but they also may damage the bacteria in our guts. And so they may contribute to colon cancer. So it's really important that you talk to your young people, your relatives, your younger patients, and find out if they're getting screened for colon cancer. This is particularly important if they have a history of colon cancer in their family, Lynch syndrome, which is a risk factor for cancer, or ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease. So what can you do to prevent colon cancer? Well, the first thing is following a healthy diet. So diet and processed meats like hot dogs, bacon, and lunch meats increase the risk of colon cancer. So to prevent colon cancer, we want to have basically fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and other fiber-rich foods. Quitting smoking and then staying active is so important. They did a study of 90,000 female nurses, and it was published in 2018. And what they found is that the nurses who watched more than 14 hours a week of TV had higher risks of colon cancer than people watching TV less than 7 hours a week. And how Andrew explains that is if you're watching TV, you're not being active. If you're active, you're not watching TV. So all the more reason to be more active and watch less TV. Of course, cutting back on alcohol is very important, and then maintaining a healthy weight. Now, the gold standard is screening. And the screening is usually a colonoscopy or a sigmoidoscopy. There are also blood tests that can be done, and that's something to consult with your general practitioner, your natural health provider, or a gastroenterologist. And so if you have family history or genetically predisposed to cancer, then you want to start screening perhaps earlier than 45. So recently, my information was that they recommended everybody in the United States, men and women, to get screened for colon cancer after 50. It seems like now they're basically putting that back to 45. And again, if there's risk factors, they do screening earlier than 45. So I just want to end by saying, we're taught that doctors know best, but you know when something isn't right for you because you know your body. So if a doctor is dismissive, go to another one, go to another one, go to another one, and get help. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please be sure to like and subscribe. This would really help us grow our channel. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.